I'll be better off than I was before. I've got this life, I'll be around to grow who I was before. I cannot recall.
This area of Ladywood has got some of the highest levels of deprivation in the country, so very high unemployment and very high poverty levels among children, and that's one of the reasons that Karis wants to continue working in this area, to not just help people with their daily needs, but actually think about how we can change the area so that it's not as deprived anymore.
I'll take this soul that's inside me now, like a brand new friend. I'll forever know I've got this life in the will to show. I will always be better than before. Long nights allow me to feel I'm falling. I am falling, the lights go out. Let me feel I'm falling. I am falling safely.
Karis Neighbour scheme is a small community project based in Ladywood, Birmingham. They support local communities in Ladywood, Edgbaston and Harborne. The communities in these areas face different challenges and have a diverse range of needs. Often, they tend to work with those who are particularly marginalised or isolated.
Well, Karis Neighbour scheme is a charity that was set up by a group of doctors that work in this area, and it happened about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, and they were seeing lots of people that lived in this area who needed help in different ways and didn't have anywhere to go for the help. So they decided to set up a project that would try and meet some of those needs of the local community. So we offer a range of services for local people.
I think it is a very good example, and throughout sort of Britain and maybe throughout the world, for this sort of project to be welcomed in all areas of Britain, because it actually relates to people in the community. We actually relate to people in the community. We actually get ourselves involved. We go out to the community.
I think Ladywood benefits a lot from, as well as Karis, other organisations as well, that it has a very good sort of network of community organisations, and they provide a lot of support. And the different work we do with the older people and with refugees and asylum seekers really brings people together and helps people who are isolated make friends and meet new people.
Karis this year has completed 44 practical tasks for local community members. The work so far has included painting and decorating, gardening, providing food parcels for the destitute, putting up shelves and moving furniture. Karis relies on a team of committed volunteers to help out with many of these tasks.
We have many asylum seekers and many people who are possibly homeless and are seeking new homes, and when they seek new homes they don't have any furniture, and we have many people who actually leave furniture with us, second-hand furniture, and we deliver using this van. We pick the furniture up and we deliver to their houses. It can be all sorts of things, from beds to fridges to cookers, all sorts of stuff.
Once a week, Karis gives local people the chance to get out and enjoy spending a morning at the allotment. The allotment is a haven away from the rest of the city, and those who come on a regular basis value being out in the open, the fresh air, and getting green-fingered. While some enjoy getting their hands dirty, others simply come along to sit and enjoy the surroundings. There is always something to get involved in, whether it is digging, weeding, or watering, as the allotment is used all year round to grow vegetables. Karis offers a drop-in advocacy and advice service.
We're open here at the office 2 days a week for people to get help with filling in forms, writing letters, making phone calls, those kinds of things.
Simply being able to welcome people and take the time to listen to them explain their problems face to face is a very important part of the service. It can give someone the confidence to then try to explain a problem to someone over the phone by themselves and to dictate their problems or requests in a letter. The service is run by volunteers and offers help with language barriers for those whose first language is not English. Often, many refugees and asylum seekers come for this service. ESOL stands for English for Speakers of Other Languages. These classes are every Friday morning from 10 till 12 and involve people of all ages and nationalities all coming to improve their English language. Students often work in small groups depending on their differing levels of skill. Students often bring their children along. Volunteers help the students to learn, and the volunteers also look after the students' children.
I run an English class once a week where we have volunteers who come and teach English, and we have people come and learn in different levels, and the children come too. It's quite chaotic, but people get access to free English that way. I also run the drop-in, which is more of a social thing on a Thursday, where it tends to be mums with young children come along and they have tea, they meet other people, and there it tends to be asylum seekers and refugees. So it's really about befriending people, supporting them through the asylum process and really helping them get set up in the UK. So we might sometimes do more formal things and look at aspects of British culture, or how to access the post office, or how to use the library, just really practical things that will help people settle in here.
I've worked with Karis Neighbour scheme now for 5 years, and I work as the elderly support worker, and that I look after the area of work called Karis Befriends, which looks after all the older people that are referred to us. And people might be referred to us because they lack confidence to go out, or they're not able to get out physically, or they're lonely at home, and they're not managing so well at home. So I often get referrals from doctors, GPs, social workers, and really Karis Befriends is like a befriending scheme. So we have volunteers that go out and visit older people regularly, so they might go once a week, they might accompany them out, so give them confidence to go out again, or they might sit at home and chat with them, play a game with them, or enjoy a discussion over a cup of tea, or just be a friend to them really. And we would also help out perhaps if they need help sorting through their post, or help with forms and things like that. So I would go and visit the older people in their own homes and see if there's anything that I can help with. Usually it's helping them to get in contact with people, and so we have quite a lot of volunteers that go and visit older people, and we also put on some social events to help support the work with older people. So we have what we call Time for Tea, which is a Sunday afternoon tea every other month. We put on some summer tea parties at volunteers' homes in the summer, and we do sort of one-off coffee mornings and things like that as well. So it's really encouraging friendship amongst those that we meet in it, and helping them in their later time in their life when they can often feel quite isolated and lonely.
We set All Being Well up 2 years ago with lottery funding, big lottery funding, and we have lottery funding for 4 years, so we're halfway through. We obviously want it to continue at the end, but that will be with other funding. We try and improve the well-being, the emotional well-being and other well-being of the people of Ladywood and North Edgbaston. So we run groups such as stressless, anger management, assertiveness, and we have activities. We run activities such as knitting and arts and crafts. People often are quite isolated here. We like people to come together and meet other people. So the groups help with that. We're setting up a social club which we hope will run itself, where people can get together and go out together in an evening or on a weekend. People who don't normally go out very much can sort of support each other.
Lots of the work that happens at Karis is done by volunteers, which is great because we're a very small team of staff that work here, so we couldn't do very much on our own, so we need our volunteers. So we're always looking for people who are interested in coming to help.
Yes, we are looking for volunteers at the moment. We do have some volunteers who run some of the groups or help with some of the groups. We're looking for volunteers at the moment to befriend people who are isolated and who perhaps have a few more needs than the general population. We're just looking for people. We will train them. So it's sometimes quite challenging befriending depressed people. So we'll give them extra training.
My name's Harry. I've been working at Karis for nearly 5 years now. I was a volunteer when I started, but I'm now the project administrator, so I do quite a range of things, sort of back office, keeping the office running smoothly, ordering stationery, doing the accounts, doing fundraising, sort of all the things that keep Karis running, I guess, but quietly in the background.
I've been with Karis for about 6 or 7 years. The jobs mainly I do is advocacy. I do van work, as you can see.
So it's sometimes quite challenging befriending depressed people. So